Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 13th through the 19th. And during that time, we'll have a waning gibbous moon. And that's a really good time for self-reflection, rebirth, a good time to make positive changes and get rid of bad habits and negative thinking. So we then move into the last quarter moon. That's on the 18th or the 19th. And of course, that's a time for reflection, releasing what no longer serves us, and just getting ready for the new cycle, letting go, take responsibility for your decisions in the current cycle. So keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Leo. So, of course, please keep that in mind. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: you and your loved ones are safe. Okay, let's see what the Leo Collective has going on this week. And my weekly reminder this week, Leo, is that you take some time to meditate this week. You know, it is a really good time, if you don't meditate, with that waning gibbous moon, to maybe give that a try. If you already do this, you know what I'm talking about. If meditation is not something that you do, then it's just a good time to start right now with the way the moon cycle is. So even if it's just a few minutes out of your day, try to start working that into your daily routine. If you start with 5 minutes and work up to it, or if you can do it for longer, that's awesome as well. But that is just my weekly reminder for the week. All right, Leo, let's get into this reading. Leo, July 13 through 19, you and your loved ones are safe. Let's see what you guys have going on this week. All right. Okay, overall present energy right now is the 8 of Wands. So whatever is going on, it's coming in very quickly, very rapidly. It looks like just things are changing, things are happening, things are moving. So this could be information or just things that are going on around you. Just kind of a busy, kind of a crazy, week with that kind of energy. Your current situation is a Tower. So it looks like you're going through some sort of disruption right now. If you and your loved ones are safe, it doesn't appear to be something that's, crazy or life altering or whatever. This could be something like car trouble or, something, just some disruption to your life that's making you have to do things in a different way. And that's why maybe things are changing and moving quickly, is because you're just experiencing a disruption right now. At the root of your situation is the moon. So, the moon is about, it's about our intuition. It's like that mysterious path, things that are unseen, things of the night, right? So dreams, intuition, things that you can't really see completely clearly. It's a little murky, a little dark. What is that shadow over there? So but when I think of the moon, I just think of things that are happening that are a little bit like they're there, but they're not quite crystal clear, right? Not, they don't have the light of the sun on them, but they're there nonetheless. In your recent past is the Two of Swords here. So you're coming into this disruptive energy with some sort of indecision. And did you make a decision that caused the disruption, or was it your lack of deciding that caused the disruption? Only you can really answer that. And it could be different for different Leos. So what may be true for one may not be for the other, but that's the energy, is some sort of indecision has either brought this Tower to fruition for you, or you made a decision that has brought this Tower, this disruption in your life. What is on your mind this week is the 8 of Cups. So as we move into the future here, you're going to move into calmer waters. You've got support. You're not doing this disruption by yourself. It looks like you have emotional support around you, friends, family, that sort of thing. I'm also going to point out that we've got 2 8s. So 88 is an angel number that you may want to look up. We'll see if any more pop out as this reading goes along. But, 8 is a number of infinity. 8 is usually kind of when we're kind of, in numerology, it's the thing that you're kind of in that evaluation mode. You're making progress on something, but but it's anyway, just that number of infinity. Like this never ends. This these kind of disruption, it's just an example that you're going through that shows you that these are constant. These kind of disruptions, just about the time you think life is great, the dishwasher breaks, just about the time you think everything's awesome, just there's always a disruption. So you just kind of learn how to manage things, right? What is just ahead of you this week is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is evolving, and maybe you're finally learning this lesson, or you're not getting so frustrated about disruptions because you understand that, like, life is full of them. I mean, if you're not being disrupted, you're not alive. So, just keep that in mind as you're going through. I know it's very hard when you're going through a thing and it's just, oh, this is such a pain in the butt, and blah, 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 all the things you're having to do to get through it. But understand that any of those things that life throws at you, it is a lesson. It's some there's some sort of lesson in there for you. And if it is, it's just this evolvement. The wheel keeps turning. I would say with this card, the wheel in the sky keeps turning. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. And this is because things are always evolving. You're always like doing a thing, taking care of a tower, and then you evolve because of it. You do it a little bit different next time. This is about just things that come up, being ready for it, being prepared the next time for a tower that comes up, so just keep that in mind, that all of these things are always learning things, learning curves, and things that you'll get to do differently and better next time. What is in your advice position? All right. Interesting. Because now we've got the Eight of Wands here. So, this is kind of looking back and thinking about, how did I get here? This is also that evaluation, right? And it's looking back, how did we get here? Uh, how am I going to do things differently? Like I said, when everything's kind of a learning curve, then there you are, just learning, because that's really all you can do. And I'm sorry, that's the nine. I don't know why I said eight, I guess because eight's on my mind from your other cards, but yeah, Nine of Wands here. So, just think about the things that you've been through. How would you do things differently next time? Because that's what, we're all here to learn. What is beyond your control this week is the Knight of Wands. So, more things coming in. It's beyond your control that things will move pretty rapidly this week. The knights are, we look at the knights, and they're cards of action, but we look at what the horse is up to. That horse is moving pretty steadily forward. So it's just kind of beyond your control that these things, not only are they coming in quickly and things are rapidly changing, but that something will, like the conclusion, I believe, is going to march steadily forward for you. And you'll get through it. You'll be just fine. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is temperance. I hope this is your secret desire. This is being balanced. This is being emotionally balanced as you go through whatever this disruption is. And again, isn't that always what we're trying to learn, is that these disruptions, again, they happen, and you have to just learn how to balance and manage through them, and think, okay, well, next time I'll be more prepared. Next time I'll know more what to do. Everything's about learning. In your outcome position is, yeah, Four of Wands. So lots of wands in this reading, I will say that. And here's your card of just stability, and you're going to celebrate the fact that you're going to get through this disruption. And I think that's fine. I think by the end of the week you'll be like, okay, things are back in order. Let's move along with life. What is hidden from you this week is the Star card. So what's hidden from you is being on course. This card of direction, this card of clarity, of being optimistic. I think you're trying with this Temperance card, but it's really hard for you to do because you're a Leo, and you're very frustrated with things that aren't going the way that you want them to go. That's just how Leos are. It's a learning curve. It's a learning situation. So Leo, suck it up, learn the lesson. You and your loved ones are safe. Get through this disruption so that you can better manage it with this temperance, this good balanced energy next time you come across this. So, all right, let's get a final word here from the Soul Oracle deck. A final message here for Leo as they deal with this interruption in their life. Refine your attention. And is that back here about this this Two of Swords? Were there decisions that you made that brought this tower onto you, or indecision, something you didn't decide on that then brought that tower to you? So something to think about as you're learning and as you're moving forward. Let's get some information on self-care for Leo this week. Self-care, what should Leo do as they're going through this disruption to just take care of themselves? And the card that you get is growth. Let's see what this card has to say. Evolution starts when you leave your comfort zone. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And isn't that something here with the tower? Because it is uncomfortable. It's you out of your element, and you have to get to this temperance, that balance of dealing with things that are outside of your comfort zone. So better planning next time. Learn the lesson. Learn the lesson that's you've got two cards of night here. You've got the star down here and the moon. Two cards of maybe things that were signposts and things that you missed along the way because they were in your intuition or dreams, things like that. That maybe next time you pay a little more attention to those. But it looks like you're moving forward with support. You will certainly get through this, and you'll be just fine. And I think you're going to celebrate the ending and the conclusion of this, Leo. So, Leo, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below. Let me know, what was your disruption this week? Did something break down on you? Was there some lesson to learn? Was it about some indecision? If you're comfortable sharing that sort of thing, drop me a comment down below. Also, I do readings every week, so come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you. I hope this disruption wraps up for you this week. Also, if you like my reading style, of course, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and most importantly, Leo, it'll help you find me next week. So good luck with this, and we'll see you next time, Leo. Bye-bye.